Hi, I'm Dr. Diane Cleverley. Welcome to this episode of Frequently Asked Questions. Today we're going to talk about the new report that just came out about red meat. Who says we can't eat bacon? The WHO says. That's who. Who is the WHO? The WHO is the World Health Organization, and their report is based on research that was contributed by IARC. IARC is the International Agency for Research on Cancer. It's a large group made up of many different experts in the field. The report basically classifies processed meat as a group 1, which means it is carcinogenic to humans. It also classifies red meat, just red meat. That's meat that comes from any mammal. So we're talking cow, pork, from a pig, we're talking horse, goat, anything that comes from a mammal and has hemoglobin in the meat. They classify that as a 2A, which means it's probably carcinogenic to humans. What does this actually mean? Well, consider this. If you're an average person, so average all over in a developed country, like the United States or Britain, your risk of developing colon cancer, if you eat a varied diet that they're just taking as the average of the population, your risk of developing colon cancer is about 1 in 20. So out of 20 of the average people, one of them will develop just colon cancer. Okay? If you, of those 20, all of those average people, you take a certain subpopulation, and that subpopulation, according to the evidence that the WHO looked at, were a population that ate really heavy diets in processed meat, and we'll talk about the actual amounts in a second. Their risk would jump to 1 in 16. So that's higher. That's a higher level. And that's a pretty significant jump when you're talking about cancer increase, actually, just to let you know. Now, the amount of food is pretty trivial. It's 50 grams. So 50 grams is 2 slices of bacon, 2 slices of ham, a corned beef Reuben, a sausage. You know, you're getting the picture. A hot dog a day. Now, the whole thing about the group 1 being equivalent to tobacco use does not mean it's the same amount of risk. So it does not mean that you have the same risk of lung cancer that you do with tobacco as you do eating red meat for colon cancer. No. I know what you're all thinking. Oh my God, please tell me I can eat bacon. Something hopeful here. I have something to show you. It's a chart and it's going to make you feel much better. It's not all doom and gloom. So here's the chart that I want to show you. Don't look at the dashed lines, just look at the curved line. And basically this is what you call a dose response curve. This is really what I think the WHO should have shown people in addition to that statement that they put out. And basically this is from a PLOS One journal I stole. It was published a few years ago. And this was part of the research that IARC showed the WHO in their recommendation. And basically what this says is your body can tolerate red meat. And the risk does go up depending on how much you eat. And of course this is in grams per day. But you can also envision this as maybe, eating some meat every other day or eating a little bit of meat every week. Or, if you had a meat heavy meal, you might want to skip meat the next day, so or not to be chowing down on those quarter pound burgers every day, things like that. Like, just keep the meat in a limited quantity and do not eat it on a daily basis in large quantities. So that's what the dose response curve says. It says that the risk goes up on a larger amount the more you eat, the more often. The other thing I've been seeing a lot on posts and comment discussions is people saying about studies. Oh, well, it's just a study. Well, they come out with a different study every week. They'll come out with a study tomorrow that says the opposite, blah, blah, blah. And I've seen the news reporting the headlines. Whose study says it's not a study, guys. It's decades of research. This is based on over 100 studies. And the WHO would not have made this recommendation. And I beat a lot of people up on the post about correlation versus causation and understanding the difference between that. You cannot make a recommendation like this based on correlation of even a few studies. Okay, so what you need in order to separate correlation from causation is something called mechanism of action. So you need both. You need a lot of epidemiological studies, and then you need why. And that's part of Koch's postulates, and it's part of the way that we do the scientific method. You say, okay, even if you show me a lot of people are eating meat and a lot of people are getting colon cancer, I still need to know why. Like, what is causing it? And I need you to show me in a lab that you need to take, 2 random controlled studies, and you need to take a placebo group of mice, and you need to feed them meat, and you need to take another group of mice, and you need to not feed them meat, and then you need to examine the cells, and you need to show me exactly why the mice are getting cancer that did eat the meat and the ones who didn't get cancer. So they have that. They have all of that. And there is a very clear mechanism of action. There's actually a number of them. Why red meat in particular, not white meat, not turkey and poultry and chicken, cause cancer in the colon. If you have an inflammatory bowel disease and you're smoking and you're eating red meat, so you're like at a barbecue with an inflammatory bowel disease and you're smoking cigarettes and you're drinking alcohol, drinking beer, it's like, just don't do that on a daily basis. You're just asking for trouble. It's just bad. But anything else, in moderation, you're reducing your risk. And so, just take it easy on the meat and try to increase the fruits and vegetables, and you'll be fine. So that's it. Remember, you deserve to be well treated and treated well. And till the next time. Thank you for listening. And for more information, please visit us on the web at personalhealthinfo.weebly.com.